Yeah, this monster hurricane, a major, made that disastrous landfall in Jamaica. We got a ways to go with this. You see him now. That is our correspondent, Robert Ray. He's live in St. Ann Parish, Jamaica. Robert, you've been hanging in there. Ways to go with this. Great work to you and the team. What has the scene been like? It looks like the rain is picking up, and you've got the core of this storm still inching closer.
Yeah, indeed, Ian. We are seeing excessive winds beginning to come in, and yes, rain that is beginning to pound. In fact, about 15, 20 minutes ago, probably the most intense that we have experienced. And I just want to warn you and our viewers and give you a scenario that we're going through right now. We have lost all power and our communications are dwindling. And what I mean by that, let me explain to you. I have 5 mobile phones on me, okay, with 3 different service carriers, all of which are out of commission at this point. It comes back for a second, but then it goes away. So we have set up a Starlink. We are trying to keep that protected. And the issue with that Starlink is that the more these winds come in and the actual hurricane, cloud covers move in, we'll lose that signal as well. So we're doing our best to keep signal and keep comms. And if I happen to lose the comms in my ear right now, which is allowing me to hear what you just said, then I'll just keep going. And for our viewers unaware, I will bring it back to Ian. And we're going to just continue to have this very fluid situation. It is what it is. And that's what happens when you have an historic landfall at 185-mile-per-hour winds to the southwest of us. Obviously, those winds have diminished, but we're still sitting at a powerful Cat 5 as this makes its way up, headed toward Montego Bay area. We are 50 miles from Montego Bay to the west here, about a quarter mile from the Caribbean Sea in St. Anne's Parish, Runaway Beach, not too far from here. This is in a very serious situation right now, as so many areas in Jamaica, especially on the west side of the island, are out of power and losing communications. And you see the wind gusts beginning to pick up, and you see the vegetation blowing and the rain driving right now. This will only progressively get worse as the minutes tick by and the hours go by. As Brian Norcross was just saying, around 8 o'clock tonight, Jamaica time, an hour behind Eastern time, is when we should start to feel a little bit of relief. But remember that backside, there's always the variables of that, and then the push of water from the Caribbean Sea into the Montego Bay area. They should expect some storm surge at that point, and flooding. Clearly, we're seeing water come down roads at this point. The sewers that are at least in this area, this community, are handling that rain thus far. But again, to Brian Norcross's point, and what you all have been talking about as forecasters and meteorologists, these mountains in the distance, the water has to come down. And there are some mountain communities in this parish area that we've already seen images where the homes have been inundated, and roof lines where the water is up to the roof lines. And that will be the ebb and flow for the following hours ahead. The biggest concern, as we are going through right now, the biggest concern for first responders and officials here in Jamaica of nearly 3 million residents is communications and power, and then the roadways. When these wind fields destroy the vegetation, rip across roofs, take down structures and power lines, it may be impossible to traverse some of these 2-lane roads that wrap around the island. And then you have the 4-lane highway, which is actually not too far from where we're at and why we picked this location, so that we have the ability to get on that 4-lane highway and perhaps get some of our reporting out and transmitted, and we may be only able to do that down in Kingston. We hope that the power grid stays there, and we hope that the situation is not too serious with flooding, but it may be because of how long that water will take to come down the mountainsides. Thankfully, Kingston not going through these hurricane force winds like we are about to endure, and like the people to the south and the southwest are going to go through. Amazing to think that this Category 5 is going to come up the island, which is moving right now, and then potentially leave Jamaica as a Cat 5 still, or a strong Cat 4. And look at that. See, you got that counter twist. There it is right here. And the Caribbean Sea, a quarter mile, the counter twist, and that's exactly what is happening right now with the rain making its way in and some of these winds beginning to pick up. The escalation is happening quickly. This is what we expected as we've been monitoring this and reporting since before the light came up, and if we can keep a signal up, we'll keep reporting as the light goes down. But that is the current situation right now, Ian. I'm not sure if you can hear me. If you can, give me a little talk.
Yeah, Robert, we can. And I was just looking at your location. We've got the satellite up. I know obviously you can't see it.
I can hear you.
But just over the last 20 minutes, Robert, a little bit of a jog off to the east, and that is going to bring the core just a touch closer to you. I know the plan was kind of always we have you until we have you.
In and out, Ian.
What's that? You got me still? You lost me? Just like that. I think we just lost him. So Robert was doing a great job explaining that. Logistically, this is a major challenge. He said he's got 5 cell phones, 3 different carriers. They're all down. They've got the Starlink up, so they're relying on satellite connectivity and a battery. I think they may have a generator with them. But when you consider that receiver, you've got the satellite receiver for Starlink, but you've got these winds that are cranking up, and it becomes very challenging to be able to maintain the equipment and maintain that signal. So basically what Robert was saying, him, Jared, the whole team, they're doing everything they can to get us the latest pictures and the latest information. Robert, it sounds like we might have you back. That's the case. I was kind of talking about your logistics. You're doing everything you guys can, but this is awfully challenging to maintain a signal.
Yeah, it is, Ian. It's in and out, but I can hear you. Whether or not I can hear you in 5 seconds or 10 seconds, I don't know. But I did hear you talk about our power structure right now, the generator we have. You know, we are going to essentially run off of a 3,000-watt generator, which is at about a 97% battery charge right now. But we can't charge that anymore because we have actually no ground power, and that is a problem, right? So that's what we're up against, and that is also why in the coming days, after the storm passes, we may have to head, or at least part of our team, we have 2 vehicles here and a security team. We may have to send part of our team down to Kingston to charge equipment, to get video out and get our reports out, and then make our way back up. And part of the team will stay here, likely heading into Montego Bay, where we're going to see destruction. The issue is we're head down to the southwest coast where the landfall occurred. I can tell you right now that those roads are likely going to be impassable for some time. I know that already because of my coverage of Hurricane Beryl in July of 2024, which was not even hurricane force winds per se, and not a landfall. It was high tropical storm winds battered the power structure and the roads. There was vegetation down everywhere. So there's a lot of moving parts here, but I can tell you there's 25,000 tourists down the road in these resorts in Montego Bay that are hunkering down, and the Minister of Tourism here and the country of Jamaica is making sure that they're okay. We've heard from them. We hope that everyone's going to be okay. But I got to tell you, if these winds and that circulation really continues the way it is and goes into those high rises and some of those resorts, they're going to be in serious trouble. Windows are going to blow out and roofs are going to peel, and there's going to be a lot of very terrifying moments for so many tourists, first responders, and residents. So the ebb and flow here as we speak, these winds, and the rain, this is just going to get more intense as the hours go by, Ian.
Yeah, no question. It's amazing to be able to communicate with you at all at this point. So we appreciate the hard work. You'll be showing us these scenes, doing the important reporting both during and after this storm. That's Fox Weather correspondent Robert Ray. Stay safe. We'll be checking back with you. Thank you.